I just finished some dinner, and I was also checking the stats for my analytics for the new channel. And on the first day, $17, which puts it at a roughly a little under $1 for the RPM. For the second day, being yesterday, it's $31 and change for 22,000 views, which means it's roughly $1.35 RPM. The video that went viral, that one has a CPM of like $4, and then my most recent video has a CPM of roughly like $7-ish. I think it was like $6.99. But makes sense. I figured the newest video would also have a higher CPM because it's a different topic. But yeah, that's what's going on for that. And as far as part of my main channel, the main channel, what I got on it for yesterday was also $17. So that one has been decreasing a little bit slowly, but mainly because I haven't really been posting much on it. So yeah, that's the update for that. Now, as far as my scripts go, I mentioned before that I was looking for a script writer. I was working with somebody on Upwork and also somebody that DM'd me on Instagram months ago. Then we just started talking, and then I asked him if he could be a part of it potentially, just to see, because he has a channel that's similar niches. We went ahead. The person from Upwork, we didn't. Well, first let me say for the other person. The other person, we went ahead and collabed on that script. Everything went through it. He did his part. And then I went ahead and just made my adjustments, made my edits. And I realized something. The first thing is it made it definitely more efficient and quicker, but it was also harder to do because the way it was written wasn't exactly the format I wanted. Now, I also didn't give any direction besides like an example of my old script, so I didn't expect like identical work to mine, which is fine. But I realized something like yesterday and the day before, because I was thinking before saying anything, and I definitely should keep going with my instincts rather than rushing it too fast, because I felt like I rushed it too fast. Which is still do everything myself, except the thumbnails and video editing, but still work on the scripts. I want to go ahead and perfect the scripts. I want to go ahead and make them better, because just because I got one video to go viral doesn't mean I can go ahead and repeat that process multiple times. So I want to go ahead and make sure I could go ahead and replicate it and see how I can do a lot better for it before outsourcing it later on. I don't know how long it'll happen. Maybe it'll be for 3 months, maybe 6 months, might be a year. I don't know, but what I do know is within that time frame, until I decide to go ahead and hire somebody else for the writing, I know I'm gonna get a lot better for it, and it's gonna get a lot easier. And on top of that, I'm gonna be a lot more efficient. And then something else that I started using for this other script again would be using ChatGPT. And the way I like using it is just for the chapters, the ideas. I mentioned it already in my in the other channel, but it was basically how I just go ahead and type, hey, this is the title of the script. Can you give me a quick outline for a YouTube script kind of thing? And then it'll go ahead and give me what the introduction should talk about, what the first section should be, what the section should be, third, fourth, and then it ends off with the conclusion. And I think that's a really good way to organize it, at least to give you ideas. Am I going to use it like 100% of the time like that? Probably not. I might take little bits and bits of parts, but at least it gives me some sort of foundation to go ahead and start writing, which I really appreciate for that. As far as the video editing goes, I went ahead and wrote not so much so a guideline, but more of a checklist, a second checklist, just of what's expected. The most important part of it would be the audio levels, because when I speak, it's pretty consistent because I go ahead and edit it. But whenever my editor takes parts from the podcast or clips, whatever, the audio levels can go ahead and change. And so that's basically telling him, make sure you adjust the levels, make sure they're all at whatever volume it is. In this case, whenever I go ahead and edit it, it's usually at like -6 decibels is the maximum limit. As far as music goes, I'm still going to go ahead and be doing the music. I don't want to rely on the editor for the music, and that was since the beginning. That's fine. I know that's part of my role to go ahead and do that. And there's a lot of other things I put there. Animations. He puts animations too, which is really nice. When I say animations, I mean like keyframes, not literally animations from like Adobe After Effects. That'd be insane. But it's using keyframes, which I really appreciate and like. But sometimes it could be a little bit too much, or sometimes there aren't the transitions I'm looking for. And by that I mean something might show up on the screen, stay there, and then disappear. Instead, it should be showing up on the screen, staying, and then moving out of frame, or even just lowering the opacity, and so it disappears. It's like those little adjustments there. As far as, let me see, as far as taking the podcast clips goes, I always put timestamps followed by the quotation of what the person is saying in it. In the previous video that I got, he put too many words and basically didn't look at the script of what the words should be. And I know the timestamps I put are always approximations. It might be half a second off, it might be a second off, but that's just at least to give him the idea of where to start cutting. So there's that. And yeah, that's basically it for that. As far as thumbnails goes, still the same thing. I'm still using somebody from Upwork. I don't plan on changing that. I was thinking of going ahead and doing it myself at first beforehand, but I figured my thumbnails suck and I might as well just go ahead and outsource that. I'm paying somebody $8 for the thumbnails plus the fee, which is $8.40. That's what it totals up to. It is what it is. I'm not posting a lot of videos anyway. The goal is at least 1 video a week, 4 videos a month, which it's been going good so far. And yeah, it's basically it for the channel update. And I also wanted to talk about something else, but I forgot. Yeah, I guess that's it. But anyway, thanks if you watched the whole way through. If not, I don't know. Thanks anyway, but have a good night or good morning.